Forget things you know about Apple keynotes. We are just few days away from a historic 3-day blitz of announcements pointing to the March 4th global event, and the most shaking update isn't a phone, it's the rebirth of Apple TV. While everyone is focusing on the new iPhones, Apple is secretly preparing to turn the previous device in your home into its most powerful AI supercomputer. Mark Gurman just dropped the final details on the A17 Pro powered unit that's set to kill the Fire Stick and finally bring console-level gaming to your living room and turning it to high-level gaming environment. If you thought the Apple TV was just for Netflix, you are about to be proven wrong in a massive way, shockingly. The Silicon Leap, A17 Pro and 8GB RAM. The core of this revolution is a massive jump in silicon architecture that we haven't seen in the streaming space, ever. We aren't just getting a small spec bump. Apple is reportedly skipping multiple generations of hardware to land squarely on the A17 Pro chip. This is the same 3-nanometer powerhouse that defined the iPhone 15 Pro, but inside the Apple TV, it finally has the room to breathe. Unlike a thin smartphone, the Apple TV's chassis allows this chip to run at peak performance for hours without thermal throttling. To support this new muscle, Apple is officially doubling the RAM to 8GB. This isn't just a luxury for snappier menus. 8GB is the mandatory baseline for the arrival of Apple Intelligence in your home. This hardware shift moves the Apple TV from a simple media player to a high-performance compute node that stays plugged into your wall 24/7. The gaming revolution, a console in disguise. Let's talk about why that A17 Pro GPU is a nuclear option for the living room. This chip introduces hardware-accelerated ray tracing to your television for the very first time in an Apple-branded box. We're talking about real-time reflections, global illumination, and shadows that legitimately rival the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S. Apple is no longer satisfied with mobile games on a big screen. With MetalFX upscaling, the 2026 Apple TV is being positioned to run native AAA titles like Resident Evil Village, Death Stranding, and even rumors of Cyberpunk 2077. For a projected price of under $150, Apple is essentially Trojan horsing a gaming console into the homes of millions who would never buy a dedicated gaming rig. It is the ultimate stealth console. Apple Intelligence, the new brain of the home, but the most profound shift isn't in the pixels, it's in the brain. With the A17 Pro and that crucial 8GB of RAM, the Apple TV 2026 becomes a localized Apple Intelligence hub. This is the first time tvOS will be capable of running large language models, LLMs, locally on device. Siri is finally getting the personal intelligence upgrade we've seen in the 26.4 betas, powered by a sophisticated partnership with Google Gemini. This means your TV will have a conversational memory. You can say, "Hey Siri, find that documentary I was reading about on my Mac earlier," and it will pull it up instantly. It can summarize sports games in real time, or even translate live news broadcasts as you watch them. It's no longer a remote control, it's a digital concierge. Visual intelligence and HomeKit integration beyond simple streaming, this new Apple TV is designed to be the ultimate conductor for your visual intelligence ecosystem. Using the camera on your iPhone or the rumored AirPods with cameras, the Apple TV can now recognize exactly who is sitting on the couch and instantly switch to their personal profile, preferences, and up-next cue. If you have a HomePod or a smart doorbell, the AI won't just show you a notification. It will use on-device computer vision to tell you exactly what's happening. Siri, who's at the door? Will result in a visual summary. The delivery driver left a package and is walking away. It's a level of predictive home automation that makes current smart hubs look like relics from the Stone Age. Connectivity. Wi-Fi 7 and the N1 chip. To keep all this AI data flowing without lag, Apple is introducing their brand new in-house N1 networking chip. This is custom-designed silicon specifically for ultra-low latency and zero-buffer streaming. When you pair this with the new Wi-Fi 7 support, you get a device that is virtually immune to interference, even in crowded apartment buildings. This is also the secret sauce for Spatial Audio 2.0. The N1 chip allows for a perfect, lag-free sync between your Apple TV and your AirPods Max, creating a 360-degree soundstage that feels like a professional IMAX theater. It also enables a new instant handoff feature, where you can walk into the room with a movie playing on your iPad and have it jump to the big screen the millisecond you sit down. Design and the $99 price shock. Now, let's look at the hardware itself. While the classic black puck design has served us well, the 2026 leaks point to a shift toward a more premium, recycled aluminum finish to align with Apple's 2030 carbon-neutral goals. It's expected to be sleeker, with better heat dissipation for those intensive gaming sessions. But the real mic drop moment from the Gurman report is the pricing. Apple is reportedly considering an entry-level Apple TV SE for just $99. This is a direct attack on the Roku and Amazon Fire Stick market. By dropping the price to double digits, Apple ensures that their AI services and Apple TV Plus subscriptions are in every household, not just the high-end ones. You're getting a premium, privacy-focused experience for the price of a few months of cable. The verdict: the wait is finally over. Apple is making a massive play to own the living room, and the March 4th event is where the puzzle pieces finally come together. We are looking at a device that is 1/3 streaming box, 1/3 gaming console, and 1/3 AI assistant. If you've been thinking about buying an Apple TV 4K today, stop. The jump from the current A15 model to the A17 Pro is the single largest architectural shift in the history of the product line. This is the year the Apple TV stops being an accessory and starts being the center of your digital life. But I want to hear from you. Is a $99 Apple TV enough to make you ditch your smart TV's built-in apps? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for the full 3-day Blitz coverage next week, and I'll see you in the next one.